Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn a new method which is used to print out the elements of an array. Now in the previous tutorials we have used some methods which are used for printing out the elements of the array, and in the 2 to 3 tutorials back we have used a method wherein you have the array elements and we convert it into a string, and then we simply use document.write in order to print out the string. But now in this tutorial we are going to learn a new method in which you don't need to convert the array into a string, and without doing that we are going to be able to just print out the elements present in array. So let's begin with the tutorial. So let's initially create an array. So the array would be as usual. So let's name the array as names, and let's say it has some elements. So we type new array and let's say the elements are A, B, C, D. So we have A, B, C and D here. So we add A here, we add B here, C over here and D over here. So once we have this set up, we move on to the next part, and the next part is the printing the array elements. So in order to print out the array elements, in this tutorial we are going to use a for loop. So let's say, so in this case, as we have 4 elements, we are going to use a for loop which loops till 4, and it is going to print out each and every element which is present in an array. So let's go ahead and create a simple for loop, and as we have to loop from 0 to 4, we type I equals to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Now once we have the for loop in place, the next thing which we want to do is we want to use document.write to print out the elements. So we type document.write and then simply print out the ith element. So we just need to print out the array element which is present on the ith index position. So in order to do that, we simply use the array name, which is names, then we have the index as I. So as I is going to vary from 0 to 3, it is going to print all the elements which are present between 0 and 3. So once we have these things in place, the next thing which we need to do is we need to use a /br for breaking the line so that each and every array element is going to be printed on the next line. So to do that, we use a plus sign and then we use double quotes, and inside the double quotes we type /br. So this is going to break the line for us. Now once we have the code in place, we simply save it and then execute it on the browser. So as you could see, it has printed A, B, C, D, which is it has printed all the elements present in the array. Now we have studied how you could print out the array elements, but what if you want to add some more element to the array? So for example, if you have a E here, and now if you save the code and execute it, you'll notice that E is not printed over here, and the reason for that is we have given this value to be 4. So basically what we are trying to achieve here is we are going to give a value which is equal to the length of the array. So instead of having a static value here, we directly pass on the length of the array so that we don't have issues when one more element is added to the array. So instead of giving a static value like 4 or 5 here, we are directly going to specify the length by typing names.length. And this thing right here, or this method right here, is going to directly pass on the actual length of the array. So in this case the length of the array is 1 2 3 4 5 because it has 5 elements. So basically this value, this thing right here, is going to get replaced by 5. Now if we save the code and execute it, you'll notice that E is printed out onto the web browser. Now even if you keep on adding a number of elements to it, so for example if we add an F after it and we save the code, it is going to display us the array till F, and that is because instead of having a single value right here, we have directly pass on the length of the array to the for loop. So that's how you print out the array elements by using a for loop. So it is a much better way of printing out the array elements as compared to just converting the array into a string and then displaying out the string by using document.write. So I hope you understood this method of printing out arrays in a new manner. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.